Hi everybody, Maria here. I hope you guys are doing really great. It is April and I'm going to be starting a bee journal, and I thought, you know what, I started putting my signature together and I thought, you know what, I haven't done a video in a really long time and I would like to bring you guys along. So this kit is by, I want to say, the Dear Papers, D-E-A-R-D-E-E-R papers. And then of course some vintage stuff and some book stuff and all that good stuff. So I have my papers here. These are from the kit. And then this is from my porch prints, the hexagon prints. I gotta think about where these are from, those prints. And then this is Roxy Creations. So I started, this is Italian 1800s book page. And then this is straw paper. So I started, and then straw paper. Let's separate this out a little bit. Dyed blue paper. This is from a art book on, oh, I'm never gonna remember stuff. This is from a 1920s ledger book. And I just reinforced the edges with straw paper. And then this is from a vintage German book. And I reinforced the edge with some of the bee paper. And then this is a tea-dyed envelope and a tea-dyed page. So that's just the first signature. I want to do 3 in this. Hang on, I'm just going to have a heating pad on my bum and I'm using it to keep warm. So I want my cover to be the bee paper. Let's see if I can move this in here more so you guys can see what I'm doing. I want my cover to be the bee paper. And then, what do I have? I have this as my, that's my inside. Okay, my very inside page. Middle. Then, where do I want to go from there? Maybe that. Okay, and then one more. Maybe that. Oh, that's a nice matching. And it has some layering there. Okay. Then maybe this. No. Maybe this. No, I don't like that next to that. So I'm going to have to use this. I wonder if I go that way, if that will look better. You know what, I'm gonna adjust my camera a wee bit to pull it this way. Okay, so I can bring it a little closer to me. Do this, zoom out a little bit, there we go. Okay, so I do like that. All right, then how about an envelope? Oh, that's not an envelope. Did I have, yeah, I had an envelope, this one. That can go there, and perhaps that, or should I do that, which does look nice with that paper, and then that, I don't mind that at all, and then perhaps this, I'm digging that, okay, and then I might have to rearrange a little bit, but that's no big deal. Maybe this guy. And then maybe this guy. And then this guy. And then maybe this guy for the center, which I was going to have dead center, but I think I'm going to have that. And then this. And that is reinforced there. And then, yeah. All right, let's flip through it and see how it looks. And we can also add things to the pages as we go along, even though I already did some on this, so. Okay, it's a pocket. And we got that and that. We got that. That. We've got that. And that. Got that. And that. And that. Okay, I'm digging that. I like that. Okay, so that's going to be our first signature, and I haven't done any work except separating papers on the other signatures. So let's grab the next one. And there's going to be some pages that are similar, but not the same exactly. So on this one, We have this paper that's tea dyed. We have this that I took out of, let me grab the book so I can show you guys. Okay. Sorry, lots of noise, knocking a little bit of stuff over. I took it out of this book. I bought this book on Amazon, Floriography, and it's got lots of beautiful things and what they are in here. And of course, as you separate them, you're going to not have the right one on the left, but anyhow. And then I'll use the cover, once I'm done with it, to make a book, a journal, or something. Maybe a ephemera holder. Anyhow, this is a dandelion, and yeah, so that, and it tells you what a dandelion is. On that side is a daisy, not a datura, but anyhow. And then we have this. Okay. All right, then we've got this. Let's do this and this. Okay. I'm debating. That's got, let's cut some of that off because it's got a tear on the top and the side. And then sometimes I do these things during page making, sometimes I do it after. I'm just going to grab my corner rounder and do that on this guy right here. Okay, and then we've got this fun paper, and I think I'm going to go ahead and make this a pocket. Okay, so we're going to do that, and we're going to do I want to go that way or that way? I think I'm going to go out with this and make it fun to show the holes. All right, there we go. So let's do that. And then that. Ooh, is that going to be too wide? Let's see. What's the widest I can go is that. I might have to fold those edges over too. Let's just do that to be safe. So we're going to have to fold those over too. Okay. If you hear that little snorting noise, that's my dog. He's eating. He's very old and he makes lots of noises. He's a very sweet, fun dog, though. We've had him forever. If you haven't heard me tell about it before, my mom found him running in the street and tried to find an owner, tried to find if he was chipped, tried to find out all the stuff. He went to the vet, the shelters, the whole 9 yards. Couldn't find anyone that claimed him, and so he's been ours for a very long time now. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take some of that out because it seems to be puffing up hard there. Okay, so let's go out instead of in. I think that'll help. Yep. Okay, so let's go ahead and just glue all that down while we're here. And I'm just looking for my glue book. There it is, on the floor, right next to me. Okay. So, glue stick. Alrighty, there we go. This year has flown by so far. Can't believe we're already in April. Very exciting. Trying to debate if I want to do this. I guess I am. Okay. And then this side. Sorry. And then this guy. I could go in there with my other glue here, but this is working fine. Let me grab a paper towel. You know what? This is not coming over all the way. Right. hang on, I'll be right back. My cat is mewing. She wants to be let in. Okay, Raven is in. I'm gonna trim this because it's sticking out. And then these guys. I should have done these first. I didn't. C'est la vie. I'm so cluttered right now. So let me move some of this. Let's do that. Okay, let's do that. And let's do that. Then that will be a little safer. Do that. And move that down over there. And do the same thing. All right. Okay, there we go. That's done. And let's see, how's that working? Did I? No. Okay, that's just the top. I thought I cut right there, and I shouldn't have. So I'm just gonna flatten that out. So we've got a pocket there, and we've got a pocket there. Okay. Okay, and I didn't glue the sides down. That's fine. Did I there? Well, you know, I'm going to reinforce some glue because it doesn't feel like it glued down totally. So let's do this. And let's do this. Why is this? Oh, because it's around the bend and I cut on that one. That's fine. All right. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to move this book out of my way. All right, so then we've got that page. So much stuff. All right, then we've got this guy. You know what? Let me just go to this one first. So this is an old piece of Italian paper. So is this one here. Oh, that one's gonna have to be reinforced. Okay. Let's go almost in half. And then let's do this. And whereas the other one was a flip out, we're going to make this one an actual pocket. Side tuck. Let's make sure that looks all right. Yep. And so let's glue right here. I get all my vintage Italian papers from Roxy's Creations. So we're going to do that. And then we are going to get another piece of paper. And we're going to punch a hole. I want a bigger one. A bigger punch. So, I need to, well, that was silly. That was too small. Can I just lift it up like that? So, I'm getting the other paper because the glue is still wet. There we go. It goes back in the drawer. And now we have a nice little punch. And we have a edge that's reinforced. We'll go ahead and grab our glue again. And I'm just doing it over the book right here because it's probably going to squidge out a little bit. And where's my, there it is. Okay. All right, so that's going to be that page. It was some kind of architecture plans, which is cool. All right, let's move this guy again. All right, so the next one is going to be this one. I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. There's nothing on that side. It's absolutely going to have to be in reinforced here. This has got a tear here. I'm debating if I want to make this a pocket like this, a tall one. Okay. But this is going to still need, let me see what I've got available right now. Because I can do it in 2 pieces. I think I want to use the brown. I can do that in one, and then this in the other. All right, let's go ahead and do that. So where am I going to cut this? And then I just don't have it right at the bend. Do that one there. And we'll do this one there. Oh boy. About there. I can cut off extra. And then I'm actually going to also just put straight up tape on the back of that, so we don't see it. Just fixing my watch, sorry. Okay, that's reinforced. All right, so book, glue book. There it is. All right, so let's do this. Let's feel, okay, I could do this side right here. This is also straw paper. Just a different color. And this can be used in so many different wonderful ways. Okay. All right, there's that. Let's do the bottom one. I'm just gluing up here. I'm gonna make sure I have plenty on there. Okay, and then we're just gonna cut off the excess. I wonder if I can pull any of that up to show less of the brown. There we go, not bad, not bad at all. Okay, so let's gently reinforce that. So cool, such a cool, it's an original letter. I don't have any idea what it says, and I'm not even sure if I spoke Italian if I would, because the writing's pretty tough to read. It's beautiful though, it's just beautiful. All right, in any case, we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna go in, I think. Yeah. Just gently. Oh, that is coming off on that side. So I'm gonna have to add more glue. We're gonna use this. And it could be because of the type of paper it is. I mean, it's really old paper. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna have to do the same thing with this and reinforcing. I'm gonna go ahead and fold it over right there. I'm not gonna actually use the wet glue this time. All right, so here we go. I am just chilling tonight. It's Saturday, and my husband and my youngest son went out to the movies to go see Minecraft and have dinner together, which I think is so awesome. I was not, they invited me, but I was not into seeing Minecraft. And my youngest son was like, but Mom, you'll enjoy watching me have fun. I said, that's true, but I'll pass. So I'm just giving this a little bit of a break at the top here. and then I'm gonna have to do that. All right. I'm digging it. I don't think I'm gonna put holes on these. So let's just glue them down to the sides. Let's see if we can straighten some of that out first. Okay. For this kind of paper, like I can't tell you how many times I've torn old paper because I'm too rough, so you want to be gentle. And then this side. Trying to fix this little bit that I got puckered up. Okay, let's try this side. There are some good movies that look like they're coming out. One that I want to see. My husband showed me the trailer for yesterday, but it's not coming out for a few months. It's the new Superman movie. That looks fantastic. I love that they have crypto in it. That's so fly. Okay, I want this to be more at an angle like that side. It should match more. Okay, that's better. All right. So there's that page. So either at one point or another for me, when I'm either making the signatures or once I've put them in the order and then I have to, before I sew them in, I have to do this part because once you sew in your signatures, it's much harder to do these kinds of things. Okay, let's see what's next. This guy. So I have a pocket, and I have a flap, and I have a pocket, and I have a side tuck, and then regular. Okay, let's just do a regular here. All right, that's fine. And then this one is huge. I think I'm gonna do an upper pocket on this one. It's one of the things I enjoy doing, and this is going to be way too wide. So I'm going to have to cut at least, let's see, this is 6 and almost a half, and I know I got to get it down to at least 5, I think, and a half. We're going to go there. I think that'll be good. And we'll have to do our usual. Oh, you know what? That side's nicer. Okay, it doesn't matter, but I think I'm going to do that. So quiet now. Where is my bone folder? There it is. And you know what? This paper is very heavy duty and it's got a lot of texture to it, so I'm going to use this time. Okay. I don't think that's going to be very even. No, not right there. There we go, that's better. Okay, and then that way. I hope I'm staying on camera. I know sometimes I might get off a little bit, and then we're going to go that way, away from the middle. Okay, not too bad. And then I'm going to cut off this excess right here. And it's a tiny bit crooked, but I'm not going to lose sleep over that. Then we're going to punch holes. Actually, I'm going to do this. Sometimes I forget about this trick where you just fold them over, open them up, and boom. Okay. Now we have to seal our edges. What have I been watching? I just finished watching America's Test Kitchen, the last episode of the New Generation one. That was good. And what else? I am watching Happy Face with VidAngel. That's pretty spooky. And what else? I don't know. Okay, there's another page. Then we've got our B pages. Sorry, didn't mean to shake the camera. We've got our B pages. What do I want to be my front? That one's really pretty. So there's a pink, a blue, and a yellow color scheme in total, but there's some purple in it, so that's why I did that one on the back of there. My watch keeps slipping. Sorry. It's very annoying. Okay. I think I'm going to go with this one for the front. And this one for the middle. Okay, and then this one I'm going to put in there somewhere. And then this one is going to have stuff added onto it. So I'm going to actually do this. And I'm going to make this fold at, what is full size? Full size, that way. Okay, and then this will have something added onto it, okay? So that's where we're at. So let's go ahead and put our stuff together for this signature. And then I'll probably be done with this video. I'll do the other signature off camera, and then we can start making embellishments. Okay. Front. You are my front. Do I want? Oh, either way, I'm going to get that. Okay, because it's on that side. That one. That one. I need another one of these. No, I can't do that one yet. So I guess I can do this one. Yeah, that looks nice. I can do, what goes good with that? Maybe that. Oh yeah, that looks great. Okay. And that. No. That. Yeah, I can live with that. No, but I don't want pocket to pocket. Oh, and I'm gonna have to repair there. How about this? Will this look good here? Maybe. We'll see. Then this. That looks good with that. And this, maybe I need one more thing. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, and in between there, 1, 2. Okay, I can use something else there. This. Okay. All right. And then, you know what? Maybe this can be added on to something else. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So 1, 2, 3, da 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 da. You. No, you're gonna go around the front of you. I really don't like pocket to pocket, but that's okay. That's what's gonna happen this time. At least it's an upper and a lower. And then you, that's good. And then that I'm gonna add on to this. I'm gonna make this bigger, or just maybe just like that and make this one smaller, or else I'll put it out more like that and have it flip. Okay, so let's look at that. So we've got that. That might become either something attached or it could become a side tuck. That's pocket. Side tuck. Top tuck. Bottom pocket. Middle. Okay. Flip out. Good. Good. All right, that's working for me. Oh yeah, that's working for me fine. All right, that is the first 2 signatures. I'll do the third one off camera, and then I will be back to play with you guys some more. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.